Look, I'm here with the man of the moment. The man, I'm going to call you the can man because you actually can. If you're not in the ring, you're doing major press conferences. If you're not doing major press conferences, you're doing Birmingham conferences.
Hey,
then you're going to
this is major. This is major. We're in Brum.
I was about to say, yeah, but I'm trying not to be biased about Brum all the time. This is an epic card. Frank Warren, Queensberry Promotions, of course, give them their credit.
Yeah.
Really putting on some shows, keeping us entertained, keeping the fans thinking, what? Well, even the media, what press email am I going to be getting next?
Yeah, it is relentless right now. It's great, yeah. And they announced the Magnificent Seven show in Wembley. So many great fights on that. Like Sam Noakes, Ryan Walsh. Where does that come from? Sol Dacre's your mate against David Adelaide. Like, finally, we're going to see it. And Brad Paul's
so
Denzel
excited.
Bentley.
Yeah,
oh my!
Brad Paul's Denzel Bentley. Come on.
Like it's so good. These good fights just keep on coming. It's a great time. And this Saturday night, it's all about you, isn't it? We're in Birmingham. It's October. This is just October Red show. You should basically be in the ring or promoting it.
Yeah, I'll keep out the ring. Thank you very much. Either not dressed as a ring girl or doing announcing. No, I'll leave that to the professionals. But Queensberry are on a run right now, aren't they, Dev? One of the things that I've often said is since we've had the Saudi investment, and it's lovely, I'm not complaining because I enjoy the shows, phenomenal shows, lovely cards, entertaining, 50-50 fights. But then there's been a vacuum in the UK. And yes, the small hall circuit is still there. GBM are putting on a lot of shows as well. But Frank Warren is literally starting to fill up our weekends with shows. And I find it insulting that sometimes the fans might say, oh, that's a rubbish card. What about the fighters that need to get out, that need to earn their paycheck through fighting? Queensberry putting on the fights. They're giving these fighters a payday. Some fighters are sitting around and they're not fighting. They've got no dates.
Well, look at this. This is
rant over.
Oh yeah, look, I hear you. But on Saturday, and the Magnificent Seven that we talked about that's been announced for Wembley, that's not a let's make sure we get this fighter a run out. Look at this on Saturday. Liam Davis, unbeaten.
World title fight.
Shabazz Massoud, unbeaten. IBO world title. And it's only the IBO because Inoue's got the other belts. Don't tell me Liam Davis or Shabazz Massoud couldn't be a world champion if Inoue wasn't hanging about and hanging on to those belts. These are very, very good world-class super bantamweights. So they're two guys that don't like each other. Queensberry versus Matchroom. Bit of amateur history. Shabazz has got mates that don't like Liam that were calling out at the presser. Liam's got people that don't like Shabazz, and certainly the people calling out to Liam. And it's just perfect. And even some of the fights under that. Chantel Cameron, she's one of the best fighters in the world. She ain't just taken on some bum on Saturday. That's Patricia Burgol, former world champion, only lost to Natasha Jonas when she was coming over to the UK in Liverpool. A lot against her, a lot of pressure. No pressure on her on Saturday. That's a proper world-class fighter. So we've got good fights here. And we also had Joyce versus Chisora. That's a huge fight for the UK. And there'll be more announcements on other big shows coming soon. Like it's fantastic. So be excited. We've got plenty going on in the UK.
Dev,
I can't say more. I can't say more.
You can't just throw that out there. Because like I said, obviously we've had the recent announcement with the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the assumption we may have a warm-up presser for that, as you guys do.
This is what Queensberry do. They send out emails about press conferences. I find out I'm hosting a presser and it's between these guys. This is what happens. But I keep hearing a lot of things about a lot of exciting fights. And you even see the Magnificent Seven card that got announced. You can't tell me that's bad. That's brilliant.
Stacked.
The fights on that, like
Lawrence Okolie's Queensberry debut. Let's not even.
Look, the sauce. All that's missing from Queensberry was the sauce.
Are you going to build him back?
Build him back. He's ready to go.
This is his third promotional company. Are Queensberry now going to take this young man, and he's young compared to me, that's why I'm saying that, and build him to where he needs to be? New weight division, new promotional company. Obviously still trained by, I think he's Gallagher.
Joe Gallagher, yeah.
He's in the gym. What are Queensberry going to do with Lawrence Okolie? Because I've seen the comments. He still gets a bit of negative comments online, bit of stick. Everyone talks about his awkward style. He likes to hug and grab and hold.
I mean, did you see his last fight?
Yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah, for the Bridgerweight, WBC.
Did you see what that Bridgerweight fella had done to Alan Babbage as well? Listen, Lawrence Okolie.
Here we go. Sell him.
Listen,
Sell him. Come on.
Look, it's not going to be my job to build him back or anything like that. I've always believed in him. I've always, when Ben Shannon was talking about him being the face of Sky Sports Boxing and all of that sort of stuff, I wasn't one of the voices going, what? I was like, well, to be fair, he hits really hard, he looks really good, he can rap, he's pretty cool, and he's going to be a future heavyweight. Well, we've got him at that heavyweight stage now. He's going to be a heavyweight, and he's ranked, and he's ready to go, and he's the
what you did with the rankings.
Yeah, well, I didn't do anything.
Obviously, you didn't.
No,
but he's number 5.
He's ready to go. I'm telling you, this is a two-way. I have no magic.
Wink, wink. I don't know what. Yeah. Number 5. I'm sure he's number 5.
Well, look, he deserves it. He's a Bridgerweight world champion, right? Before that, he was a Cruiserweight world champion. He's a 2-weight world champion. He's a heavyweight now. He's from this country. I'm a big fan. Queensberry had the starters, the mains, the desserts. All that's missing was the sauce, and now we got him.
Dev, I think the
I'm
promotional game is just made for you.
I took a caffeine tablet before the press conference.
I've had 5 coffees, so I'm bouncing off the walls behind the camera. I know you can't tell me anything, but you said it's going to be busy.
Yeah, just
Queensberry. I mean, is there any like little clues as I grab hold of the camera stick and
can you imagine
if I
mean, you can do that and that's very nice, but if you can you imagine if I give away clues and Frank sees it and he's like, why are you giving away clues? Did I give you authority to give clues? I'd quite like my employment status at the moment, so no clues, but keep your eyes peeled. Plenty of announcement, plenty of great fights coming up.
Ezra the Cannon Taylor, I'm going to go back to this card because he's a fighter that I've watched. I think I spoke to him just as he had his debut with Queensberry. He's always been with Queensberry. He's mentioned that this has been the most active that he's been. He's going into his 3rd fight, which is good for him. The balance of fighters then, getting these fighters out, getting them their experience, building fighters such as Ezra. We've got a lovely light heavyweight division with Joshua Buatsi, obviously Anthony Yard, got Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, Lyndon Arthur, just to name a few. Mm-hmm. Liam Cameron's now, his head is above the parapet. Obviously got Ben Whittaker. There's so many fights out there for Ezra. The vision for Queensberry with him?
Look, he's 9-0 now.
Yeah.
This is his 3rd 10-rounder in a row. He can't seem to get fights. People seem to be pulling out fights with him. So he's got to do a job on this fella on Saturday. And he wants Louis Edmondson. If he's ready for Louis Edmondson, if everyone thinks so, that doesn't feel like a particularly difficult fight to make. Louis Edmondson's with Billy Joe Saunders, who's got a great relationship with the office. Hopefully that could happen. Who knows? But they were back and forth in DMs before Edmondson became British and Commonwealth champion. It was a fight spoken about a while ago. So that would be quite a course. What one thing I would say is, whatever it is next, just trust it, because just put your trust into Frank Warren. Did you see the thing that went out the other day? These 6 re-signings?
Re-signings as well.
Hamza Shiraz. What's Shiraz done? He's trusted Frank. What is he now? He might be the best middleweight in the world. Unbeaten, hitting harder than anyone. Sam Noakes put his trust in him. Unbeaten lightweight, knocking on the door for world honours. Nick Ball, world champion, best featherweight in the world. Kakachi, world champion. It just keeps on coming. Moses Italma, he'll have a world title.
What are you going to be doing with him? What is the future like for him? Because he can.
This is a step up,
actually, I know he's out in December and he's going up against Dempsey McKean, and I do like that fight for him. I watched your conversation that you had with him the other day. He's very matter of fact, which I like about him. Yeah. It's like, look, of course I want to get them out of there, but I'm never going to get too big for my boots. That's the kind of attitude that he's got. He's also world ranked already. I think is he with the WBA?
Yeah, that's why WBO. That is why Dempsey McKean is fighting him, because he wants his world ranking. He's now got something to lose, Moses.
So would you say ideally for him the next step is British, or is it to carry on the world trajectory? I know I'm asking you like you're his manager, but I'm just looking at the...
and I wouldn't speak on behalf of anything like that. I can only speak as someone who's watching his career unfold and thinking he is the bollocks. That is what I'm thinking when I'm watching Moses. But I think he's got a real fight. in Dempsey
Yep.
McKean. It's a proper one. It's not just some guy who's going to come and take a knee after a couple of rounds or get bowled over or let's see if you can do a better job than this. Dempsey McKean, 6'6" southpaw, 34 years old, not at the end of his career, only lost once to a very good Filip Pergovic, and he thinks that it's too soon for Moses. It's a proper fight. I don't think people are giving Moses the credit for taking such a leap up in levels. His best win is Marius Wack. Marius Wack, everyone beats him, but it's just about how you beat him. He did it in devastating style. Okay, very, very good.
Very quickly as well.
But Marius Wack wasn't necessarily coming to win. This guy's coming to win. Proper fight.
So what does Moses do next?
It depends on how he deals with Dempsey McKean. If he just blasts him out in a couple of rounds, you just keep looking up. When you look up, there's a lot of very, very good heavyweights up there. He's 19 years old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's so young. And I think that the thing is, Frank Moran's beating the drum for Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois and Moses Atuma. When he speaks about his standout heavyweights, those are the guys that name, that rolls off his tongue. Those are the ones that he sees as the future stars. You've got all of them. You're practically signing people every other day. Fabio Wardley, what's next for him, do you think?
I don't know. He's got that brilliant IBF ranking. He's
yes, he's top 10 with all of them now.
Yeah, so he's well ranked.
And he's Ring magazine ranked as well.
And rightly so. He's well ranked.
Easy for me to say.
Yeah, well ranked. Good thing I didn't mispronounce ranked, by the way. Well ranked.
This could have gone left.
Yeah. Well liked.
Then my next question would have been by who?
Yeah, let's leave that one alone. But look, he's really good at boxing, really good at punching people in the face. That Fraser Clark one. Difficult to watch.
Horrid.
You love Fraser Clark. I love Fraser Clark, right? But it's a statement from Fabio Wardley to just go in and do that after 12 rounds of hell.
Yeah, it was the 13th. It was the 13th round, wasn't it?
He's a problem, Fabio Wardley. He has the punching power to beat any heavyweight in the world. That's what he's got. He's also learning on the job a little bit. It's a tough one, but look, that's the division you want it to be in. That's where you can just chuck him in because he can knock anyone out.
I've got to ask about Daniel Dubois. Obviously, we saw him win the IBF and actually win it. That's his belt now. Doesn't matter how he got it in the first place, I'd say. He definitely earned it that night.
Hey, it's going to take some man to take it off him.
Devastating fashion. There's potential conversations that maybe the Anthony Joshua rematch isn't next. What kind of fights can we put?
He's got to fight someone in the top 15.
Yeah.
That's... You look at that top 15.
But you've got half the state, but you've got all of the.
Yeah, but look, that's my understanding. I don't know definitively that there's no AJ rematch and all that. I'm not in a circle decision making. I'm hearing the same stuff as you. I'm a big fan of Daniel Dubois. I know if he's going to make a defence of his IBF world title, he needs to be in that top 15. If it's not AJ, there's not bad names in there. That's the thing. They're all really good fights. So very interesting. All eyes on what he does next, but. He's probably the number 3 heavyweight in the world right now, and he's secretly knocked out Alexander Usyk as well. Hey, you saw it. I saw it. Imagine if he'd have got the.
It wasn't a secret though, was it? It's just that people disagreed on the.
People disagreed, but imagine if it had gone his way. Imagine if they'd have been like standing over Usyk saying 9-10. Whole different world, but redemption. He's now officially knocked out Anthony Joshua. He's a bad, bad dude who doesn't get affected by pressure of 96,000 people and
he doesn't,
fighting AJ. Or he didn't care.
He was just totally switched off to everybody else. He came out like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Literally like ready to like tear someone's face off. I don't even think he was actually speaking in the British language when he was absorbing those instructions that were coming in.
Do you see the corner cams?
Yes.
I
love the corner cam with his dad.
His dad says something to him like, don't.
And he barked.
Yeah, he went, yeah.
He's literally like,
yeah.
He's possessed, a man possessed.
He's such a bad man. He hits so hard. Like he rocked AJ with like the first jab. He's a real problem.
And he couldn't reset after that. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily, the devastating fashion. It was about he was just able to unsettle Anthony Joshua's rhythm so early, and he didn't care. He couldn't recoup.
And he didn't really care about what was coming back. How can you not care about what's coming back from Anthony Joshua? He's just built different. This Daniel Dubois, too young, too fresh, too strong, wants it too much.
Talking about wants it too much, we've got the rematch. I know it's not for the undisputed, so it's a unified bout between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. We were at the press conference the other week, but I know you're in demand, so I didn't get you then.
It's fine.
I mean,
I think I slipped off afterwards.
Did you?
Yeah, one of those. Like, after the presser, I sort of think, did it go well? Did it not go
It
well?
went well.
It was odd though, right? And like, I've had people give me good feedback for it, and I just see it from my perspective. Was I able to get much out of them? The answer's not a lot.
But I think the boys now, I thought Isaac Lowe, and they were like ready to go.
They were good.
So I thought it was quite entertaining. I sat there cackling.
It was more the Fury and Usyk, because I did have a feeling it would go like that. I did have a feeling, because Usyk, you know what you're going to get. But with Fury, you just
don't know.
You don't know. But I was getting the feeling that he was more in a reserved kind of mode. I had a feeling it was Tyson Fury and not the Gypsy King.
All right.
The Gypsy King you saw at the first press conference with Usyk, shouting him down, calling him whatever he was calling him, right? And then ahead of the fight itself, we started seeing Tyson Fury more and more. And we saw Tyson Fury the other day.
Yeah, the one thing I did like is Alexander Usyk's outfit.
Yeah.
As soon as he came out in that, I nearly fell on the floor. I've got a thing, and I will say this, Dev, boxers in tailored suits is an amazing thing to look at.
Yeah.
From a boxing fan's point of view, we'll leave it there. But he came out looking very like a professional.
Is that from a boxing fan's point of view or from a female point of view? Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to dig
like
myself
a bit of Usyk.
Maybe I should leave this now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an exciting press conference.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say much, but he had that briefcase, took out the picture.
I'm glad I asked him, because he wasn't going to open it. I'm glad I asked him, so I'll give myself credit for that.
Prop. You've got to ask about the props.
What's in there, and then that's quite a moment, right? Psychologically, let's think about what happened there. He had a photo of him punching Tyson Fury in the face.
Was it the round 9 picture?
Yeah, and he got him to sign it. I don't think Fury knew what he was going to be signing. Before he knew it, he was signing a photo of him getting punched in the face. Crazy.
And that's what we love about it. I know you can't tell me anything, but I've heard whispers that Queensberry are going to be very busy for the latter part of this year, viewers. I don't know what it is. Nobody won't tell me anything.
No one's telling me anything. I don't know.
You know the secrets, but you just can't say anything.
I'll just end up on a flight somewhere or on a train somewhere.
Can you keep it to train, please?
Flight or train.
I can go.
Yeah.
If it's trains, I'm there. Flights, maybe not so. But Dev, as always, an absolute pleasure.
You too. Good to speak to you.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.